What did you say?
What? I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
No. Let's talk about it though.
Man's tracking back now.
Why not? R. Kelly, man. Shit. That's some. Nigga, yeah.
Can you really be listening to R. Kelly?
That's the question, man. That's the
Listen
question.
to R. Kelly.
And I don't know, man. I mean, shit. I don't know. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a little Kelly now and then. You feel me?
His music is hard though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. I've been listening to Kelly like before anyway. So how can I just stop listening to him now? You know
Especially in weddings. Like, he makes some weddings, man.
Yeah.
Happy people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's shit. Right, he's got too many.
It's gonna be awkward listening to that in weddings now. Because some people are just gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, some people will feel like, yo, you playing Kelly, nigga?
Ah, Kelly?
Hell yeah, I'm playing R. Kelly. Shit.
But yeah, you may not kind of obviously like what he's doing, but the talent's still there, man. It's
Talent, man.
crazy.
And you know what I say, man? I feel like, because I was fucking with the talent before, all of a sudden I can't like act like I wasn't, act like I didn't appreciate what the man was doing, you know? So, yeah. But yeah.
It's crazy.
I was about to say free R. Kelly, but now I'm playing.
Nah.
Keep that
Wait,
nigga
is
locked
he
up.
arrested?
I don't know, nigga. But lock him up, nigga. You better lock that. After all of that, you better lock him up. Yeah, he deserves to get locked up, man. I got to go, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, something like he had like a sex cult.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You better lock that nigga up, bro. Oh, no. He had too much going on. But yeah.
Yeah, he really did. I'm not gonna lie. He really did. It's crazy how easily he can get cancelled though. Nowadays, the cancel culture is just.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like there's too many of my favorite artists and celebrities that they try to cancel. Like, let me tell you who I'm not gonna cancel. Michael Jackson. That's number one. Let me put that out there. You know.
I'm actually finding it hard to watch that Leaving Neverland. You know, there's a documentary.
I know. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to check that. But you find it hard not to watch it.
Nah, like I can't watch it because.
Bro, yeah. What the fuck? They even came out and said, "Oh, some of the shit." Have you not seen it? They came out and said, "Oh, some of this shit was made up and it was lies and."
People claiming that.
Exaggerate, yeah. Even the director was like, he came out saying some of the shit. Like, oh no, but I seen this headlines when you can search it up online, tell you.
Nah, that's crazy.
They weren't London, yeah, so.
I don't know, man. Even, like, I learned dancing from just watching Michael Jackson. Even I was in Africa.
Yeah.
Just, I'm saying, watching Thriller.
Are you still learning, nigga, or don't play? I know you can dance.
You never stop learning, really.
Yeah. No, you can dance, though. You can dance.
Look. Look at Tutu. Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy T, and we got today's guest,
Naya.
Dano, King Naya, some call him King James first.
James first, second, nigga.
Second.
Yeah, junior.
Oh, you're junior, innit?
Yeah, come on, B.
You're not the OG then.
Oh, wow.
You're not OG. You're not OG.
Yeah,
But yeah, welcome back to the Insight Podcast, where we give you insightful things going on around the world, externally and internally. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about just a few different things, but just keep it free flow. Just want to talk about whatever, really. But recently, I know I haven't released nothing. It's been a while. Just been dealing with some longness. But we're here now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Got Naya.
Let's go.
Got some nice refreshments.
Well, you got some nice refreshments. I was about to go in and go. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mixologist out here, can I just say? So I was about to go in on my mix.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I should leave that disclosed.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't put a label on it.
Yeah.
Gotta leave that that room for advertisement one day.
I leave that up to their imagination, you know.
See what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Yo, so today I wanted to chat to you really about this documentary I seen the other day. It was called The Most Unknown. And I just sat down. It was after work in the morning, and I was just watching it. You know how you get caught up watching documentaries on Netflix, innit?
Yeah.
And then there was a part, and they were talking about dark matter, and then they said it was different scientists interviewing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was one particular scientist who studied that dark matter, and then the guy was saying about 80% of the universe is dark matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, dark matter exists right now within our reality with what life as it is right now, but we can't see it in any kind of spectrum that we look out into. There's only certain machines obviously that can see it, but he was saying it can interact with us, with our matter, but we can't interact with that matter. Do you get me? So it just had me thinking, linked it back to something else that I saw. This guy, Alex Jones. You know Alex Jones, innit?
Yeah.
Alex Jones is just...
Actually, Alex Jones.
It's Alex Jones, yeah. The guy who does bad conspiracies.
Okay, no, I'm not even sure of him now.
You know, well, he's the guy who exposed Bohemian Grove.
Okay.
You know Bohemian Grove?
Nah, bro.
Oh, bro, I need to catch you up, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, you
Let me tap in. Oh, bro, can I close the window? I'm in the door, man.
Yeah, just airing it in.
Oh, just a little bit.
Right, so yeah, Alex Jones, innit?
Okay.
He's like a conspiracy theorist, but he exposed like these rich people who used to go to this like camp. Do you know what I'm saying? You've seen the video where they were like burning like a big owl.
Bro,
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
It's
crazy. Yeah, that guy. So he was talking, and then he was saying, so the song, huh?
Did you say they were burning an owl?
Yeah, they were burning an owl in the video.
A real owl? Or a fake?
Nah, it was like a big fake owl.
Oh,
And then it was just like rich people.
For a minute, I thought you were talking about a real, like, big owl.
Nah.
I was thinking, I thought it's like some they found a rare indigenous, like, owl in America and they, like, started burning it alive. I was going to say, that's some crazy sacrifice.
Nah. Why would you... That would be
Bro,
very...
you said some conspiracy, bro. Shit, I'm getting deep in my conspiracy shit, man.
But yeah, so, yeah, he exposed, like, rich people going to this, like, kind of camp where they were burning owls and all sorts of things. And then, so he's been banned off like YouTube, Twitter, all kinds of places. And he was just talking, saying, yo, rich people, this is a bit crazy, but he was saying rich people, not all rich people, but the elites or whatever, in some of these societies, they link up and they make sacrifices and they take certain psychedelics that make them interact with interdimensional beings who come down and from a dimension that's already existing within our reality, and they give these kind of people power and certain things like that.
Yeah. Ooh. Yo.
And then he was saying, so anytime a lot of the times when people want to interact with these beings and gain power or something, a benefit from them, they sacrifice. Do you know what I'm saying? They make a sacrifice. And you're saying even in Christianity, God ended that cycle when he, Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham.
Abraham, he was supposed to kill his son Isaac. Yeah, that was kind of a sacrifice. Them kind of sacrifices. Do you know what I'm saying? Where the interdimensional being will interact with you then because you made the sacrifice. But let's take it as if it's God, yeah. And then, so he was gonna kill his son, and to show his loyalty to God and so on. And then God stopped him. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Had the angels stop my man from killing his son, and a goat was given there. So that was God cutting off, saying that
was given.
like a sheep appeared in it, and then they sacrificed.
In the middle of the
all of that was happening.
So like it's going to.
And then it stopped,
and then the sheep.
No.
Stab the sheep instead.
Nah, he didn't dive in like Superman.
That's what you made it sound like. A sheep appeared.
Nah, he stopped. Like the power of God compelled him to stop.
Oh, see.
And then a sheep appeared.
Oh, like
so that was God saying.
Like,
it was
as a token.
Nah, he took him up the mountain to kill him.
Oh wait, bro! You know this, Mike. I wish we could do an animation of this. Can we animate this?
I wish we could.
We need to start animating these podcasts, but no. Okay, so through. So wait, a sheep appeared in the room before Ali was about to get killed.
Nah, it's not in the room. So what happened is Abraham, man, Father Abraham, he took his son. I think, yeah, something like that. He took his son up to the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah, to sacrifice him to God, like to show his loyalty to God and so on, innit? And then God compelled him to stop when he was about to do it. And then at the same time, a goat or a sheep, I don't know, one of the two, appeared. It must be a sheep. Appeared. And that was God showing that, nah, don't kill your son. Sacrifice this. So he sacrificed the sheep instead. And that was God cutting that connection, saying, people don't need to sacrifice anymore. So he was saying, in turn,
was he saying they don't need to sacrifice humans anymore?
They don't need to sacrifice humans anymore.
Sacrifice animals.
I don't know. Probably not animals. I don't know. We'll have to ask like a proper Christian scholar on that. But I know that that's what happened. The sheep appeared, and then that was sacrificed instead. Okay. And then that was kind of a sign saying God was.
I'm just curious. What type of Christian are you, by the way?
Me, Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh.
Why?
Oh.
Not anymore. Like
I don't know, but I know.
I can't say not anymore. But I don't know. I don't really. It's tough, because it's just tough. Like I don't know, man. It's hard to class it out. I'm this.
No, but I'm saying like growing up.
Well, I grew up.
What category? Because the Bible, we all grew up in. I think we all. Do you know what it is? I feel like we all get. Say when you're born, we all are in categories, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? When you're born on this planet, regardless where you are going to be on this planet, you're either going to be Muslim, Christian, Jewish, this. Boom. There's probably 1,000, but regardless, like you're gonna be part of something. So, but then as we grow up, then we kind of like choose, like, okay, am I gonna remain my allegiance to this, to this one, or am I gonna? It depends. It's up to you, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's any wrong or right answer. I think everyone each to their own. You know what I'm saying? But
no, it's definitely hard, especially when you hear things like this. No, I won't say it's hard, but when you hear things like this and like you make connections and you do research and you try and understand other beliefs, and then you start to kind of paint your own picture.
Your own picture,
You know what I'm saying? As you grow as a person, and it's hard to say, I'm gonna stop my picture that I've drawn from my experience and my learnings and just say I'm gonna follow my guy there because.
Did you not wear like all white, by the way?
No.
Like my apostles.
That's apostles, isn't it?
Apostles,
yeah. My apostle.
That sounds like that, yeah. Okay. No, I was just wondering, Carl, like, I see, me personally, I grew up in Baptist. I don't know if you've ever been to Baptist. Yeah, so I grew up in a Baptist church. And for me, my church was like mostly predominantly like white, you know what I'm saying? Actually, it was mixed, but it was white people as well. So it's like a church started at 12 and finished at a certain time. Maybe it ended at 12, I don't know. But it's like everything was so. But then I went to a Pentecostal church though, and shit was like just different. Like
why? Well, what kind of?
You know what I'm saying?
How is it different now?
Like they were dancing, singing. It was like.
Was it the ones where they like American kind of?
Yeah, I was in America, bro. When I went to it, scariest point. Sorry, I know I'm changing the podcast a bit.
No, it's cool, bro.
I think people, this is right, man. But bro, I went to a Pentecostal church, and this was my first experience, bro. And I remember like I'm in America and like where was I? I was in Atlanta. In Atlanta, bro. And like I remember like as soon as I get to the church, they're asking me like, "Are you a born again?" And I'm like, "Born again?" I'm like, "Oh no!" Like I wasn't sure. I was like, "What's a born again?" But then and so regardless, we go to. They introduced me to the church. I go in, and I remember they were singing and stuff. And after they finished doing like all the like the hymns and stuff, they were like, "Okay." Everyone was dancing, having a sick time. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I thought to myself, this church is the littiest church I've been to in my life. Compared to like Baptist and all this other shit I've been to. Bro, them men were dancing from the get-go. And the music was like a bit more like black. So I thought, yo, this shit's lit, alright. It's something you might go to church every time. I thought, I can see you lot are not gonna finish at the same time. Like, this is gonna be a different church. But regardless now, check this. The pastor said to me, right, like halfway through the temple, like, all right, everyone who wants to get a blessing or something, like, come to the front. Everyone's going to the front to get their blessings, yeah. So when they get to the front to get their blessings, I stay at the back, you know what I'm saying, in the seats. And everyone's getting their blessings and shit, yeah. And there's women, like, collapsing left, right, everyone.
So magic.
Falling, yeah, man, they're getting this, I'm like, yo, I've never seen this, bro. Like, this shit was getting, just speaking different languages, speaking in tongues. But to be honest, I get it cool. But it was overwhelming because I've never experienced it. I'm used to going to a Baptist church, so I'm like, yo, this is like intense. Nevertheless, though, the guy in the church, the pastor's like, oh, we need to call one of you, like, no. Then he looks at me. He looked straight at me in my eyes. And he's like, you, come to the front. And I'm like, me? He's like, yeah, you, come to the front. I looked at my auntie. I was like, oh, shit, it's going to be. She's like, yeah, you, go. I'm like, oh, fuck. So then I had to walk to the front. So I walked to the front of the church, right? And I get to the front. And he's like, I remember him asking me, the first thing he asked me is like, are you born again? And I thought, fuck, you know, someone asked me this earlier, and now you're asking me as well. I'm like, nah. He's like, okay. Oh shit. He's like, oh, okay. Come to the front, I'm gonna want to speak to you. So I said, right, cool. I walked to the front of the church, and the guy was like to me, I know you might not be a born again, and you might think this is a bit too much, and but today you will become one. And they like all got ready to initiate me into
born again.
Yeah, born again. I'm not, but it's true story. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, how old was I at the time? 20, about 22, 23.
Yeah.
So boom, yeah. Like yeah, you're about to be born again. I'm like, alright, cool. So then everyone in the church, I remember like put their hands in front or something like this. Like they got their hands ready in front like this, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So boom, they get their hands in front, and then they're like, okay, start saying a prayer. And then I had to repeat some words. Like, after I repeated the words, they were finished. And then I remember after everyone was thanking me, then they took me to a little room. And then they prayed again. And women are coming up to me after and they're like, yo, listen, I just had a vision from God. And he's telling me that you're going to preach the message of God. You're going to preach this of God.
I mean, you're preaching it now. So.
I was about to go into this. No. I was about to say, it's crazy how life turns out though. Because no, I'm not Christian, but nevertheless, let me say this though. So like, someone's like, yo, I've got this vision. I spoke to another son. It's going to say you're going to preach the message of God. You're going to be this, you're going to be that, da. Bro, different women are coming to me saying this, old women, da. This woman gives me a number to say, oh, you need to become a pastor. And this, and my son will help you become a deacon and ABC. Bro, I don't know, she was getting deep. I thought myself, yo, this is overwhelming, bro. Like, I went to a normal church service and I became the star of this service, bro. Everyone was like, this guy, like, yo, we need to know more about what is going on. Like, he is the like wonder kid in this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm some football wonder coming in with the skills, bro. But anyway, nevertheless, though, yeah. After they did all that, boom, I went home and I thought, this is crazy. And I remember them saying to me like, yeah, man, you're gonna preach, you're gonna be. But now it's funny because after that, a couple of years go by, and I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, I was kind of like into Christianity at the time. At that point, I was probably a Christian at that time, I'd say. But then, as time went, now, like, I'm not even a Christian, but I'm open to all religions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now I feel like I preach in a different way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. For sure. For sure, man. I definitely think that. I believe in the Bible it says that you know, your body is the temple of the Lord, saying you yourself have the temple, you have the church inside you. Do you get me? You have the own spiritual journey, spiritual vibe inside you.
Yeah.
That's its own unique, you get me,
For real.
thing. And it's crazy, bro. Like,
No, of course.
it's really crazy, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely believe like we have got a lot of the powers. You have to, do you know what? Now now I've got a daughter. Yeah, I look at myself like it's crazy. What do we call God? Like the Father. Yeah. So now I'm like a father. Not to say I'm nothing. I'm not saying I'm God, but to say I'm a father. I kind of look at it like my daughter, and I think about how would God feel sometimes. I ask myself like how would like surely it cannot be in certain ways, but. And when I sit down and I think about it, I'm like, you know what though? Now I'm like a father. I would wish my daughter can empower herself. Why would I want her to be dependent on me her whole entire life? So when I die, she's gonna be like, she's gonna have to be like looking to me to guide her all the way. I wanna give her the tools and everything she needs to empower herself so she doesn't need me. You know what I'm saying? So why would God do less? Why would God want you to rely on him for every single thing you need?
That's a really good point.
No, real talk doesn't make sense to me, bro. When I see people like, yo, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it though, but for me personally, I'm just like, you know what? Prayer is important. Definitely pray. But at the same time, you need to realize, man, like, there is a lot more power within ourselves where it's like self-belief is very, I know it sounds very like cheesy and stuff, but the more you believe in yourself and shit, and like, to be honest, sometimes we believe in ourselves and we don't even realize. You be thinking, oh, all of these things, but yo, that's a lot of self-belief you put yourself to get into that position.
There's a story, in the Bible. I'm bad at quoting stories sometimes, but I can, you know what I'm saying? I try.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I remember correctly, it was called the talents, something about the talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes. Yeah. Because, do you know the story?
No.
So, the story of the talents, what happened is God gave 3 people different... Okay, let's say forget God. Right, a king gave 3 people seeds, innit? Yeah, seeds. And then they had, let's say, 3 seeds each, or whatever. And then they went out. One person hid their seeds, innit? Under their pillow. I was like, yo, when the king comes back, I'm gonna show him like, yo, bro. I'm saying I still got your seeds. The second person took the seeds and they went and sold them and like got money back for it. You get? And then the third person took the seeds and actually planted their own seeds themselves and so on. Do you get me? Like, when the king came back, he looked at everyone and who do you think, like, he was proud of? He was obviously proud of the person who planted their seeds because their seeds grew and they actually became something, but they grew at their own terms, they grew themselves, you get me? Whereas other people, I feel like, a lot of the times when they take their seeds and they're going to sell their souls and stuff, they're planting their seeds on other people, believing in, like, false prophets and people like that. That's not what you're meant to be doing. Do you get me?
Jeez.
Because you're meant to just grow.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what? For a minute when I'm listening to your story, I was thinking, what the fuck is the point of this story? What are you going to? But you know what? I just got this from story. You know what is the key element in this story? What you didn't say. You have to the watering part, fam. The guy who planted his own seeds, he had to get there every day to water his seeds. He had to work on his craft. On his craft.
Yeah.
One got his seeds and he thought, yo, I'm going to put them in a box. Let me get back to chilling and whatever.
Exactly.
The other guy thought, let me get these seeds, sell them and boom, and see what happens. Put my faith in this.
And think about this,
you know what I'm saying?
In a spiritual way, like, in a spiritual way, when you go down and you try and do your own research, you're literally that you're using your mind, you're learning yourself, you're building your spirit. Do you get me? You're building your spiritual knowledge, yourself. That's you working on your seeds. You're planting. Do you know what I'm saying? You're growing, working on your spiritual energy, like being positive and do you know what I'm saying? You're literally you're watering your seeds. Whereas other people who take their seeds, their spiritual energy, and they're giving it, they're trying to get a quick return. Do you get me?
No, you're
when
right.
you base it on someone else's spiritual belief and journey, you're literally like you're trying to get quick credit. It's just like quick money. That's how I look at it now.
You're right, though.
Do you get me? And in the quick money, people make money. The quick money business, people make money. Do you get me? But
no, you're right, though, man.
That's
like
what
you
I
say,
think.
and do you know what it is, though? Like you say, man, going back to it, like it really goes back to like when you really want to get certain results and see certain results, you have to really put the craft in. Like for me right now, it's funny. I feel like I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I want to I'm trying to meditate more. That's one thing I'm trying to do. And I know like to get to certain levels of meditation, I have to be doing it every day. It's like going to the gym. You have to keep working on that muscle every day. Your muscles are not going to get bigger by just thinking I'm going to go to the gym once every year or 5 times, you know what I'm saying, a month. Or you need to be going hard consistently, bro. And like at the same time, with anything you do, you have to be really going hard at it. As opposed to just saying, you know what, I'm going to put my faith in drinking protein shakes and hoping that's going to get me hench. Like, nah, mate. You can't just drink protein
trying to get a
shakes.
quick turnaround.
You can't try to get a quick turnaround. I'm gonna go to the fucking to Dr. Miami and get quick 6-pack in the ABCD. Oh no.
But wait, but with that though, this is a whole other subject. Is it that bad if other people are doing things like, you know, surgeries on their asses and boobs and lips? So
definitely not.
A guy going to do a fake 6-pack, is it that bad?
Oh, I get you. To be honest with you, I think to myself, definitely not. And if I see one, I'm gonna be honest with you, if I see one of my friends came and said, yo, I got a 6-pack from Dr. Miami, quick 6-pack, you know what I'm saying? I paid 10K for this shit, fresh. I'll look at it for a minute and I'll be like, what the fuck? But imagine though, if I look at my homie and I'm like, yo, you know what? Last week you was depressed and now you're happy on top of the world and this is doing bits for you, just change your life.
True. Yeah.
What? Who am I to hate? I'm like, bro, that shit looks fresh.
Yeah, true.
I'm like, that shit looking hard, motherfucker. I might get one next week, but I might know. But nevertheless, I'll be happy though. I'll be happy for real. I'll be like, yeah, this shit's sick. So don't get me wrong, man. I would always appreciate, and I mean, go do what makes you happy, man.
Exactly.
BBLs, all of that, yo, whatever you need,
Trust me.
go do it.
If there's one thing I learned,
I'm not gonna promote it.
If there's one thing I learned over like COVID, it's just chase your own happiness, man. Just
Facts.
Happiness is the only thing that matters, and family and
Facts.
Love. Honestly, like that is it. That's all that matters. And obviously
Facts.
making money, of course.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, for real.
you know what I mean? And spirituality as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, don't even get me wrong. I think making money matters, but at the same time, like,
Yeah, because
it matters. It definitely matters. Right now in this climate,
because you cannot survive right now without
make
money.
that fucking cat. I don't want to swear, but now you need to make the money. But nevertheless, though, bro, I think like, nah, do you know what though? Make money. No, do you know what it is though? Nah, let me get back to real shit though. I think make money, but don't lose yourself in the bag though. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is what I think from me personally. Like, yeah, you can make money, bro. You can make money, but at the end of the day, for me personally, you know what? I'm on a journey more like I'm trying to make so much money where I don't need to make money. I don't need to live with money. I want to make so much money I can go on an island, build a mansion, get some ways of like getting food for myself, man. Make some like grow food and shit. You feel me? Then I'm like, cool. I don't want to live with money. You lot take the rest of these millions. I got my food growing itself. You know what I'm saying? I got I got my tree growing there. ABCD. Blah blah blah. I'm cool. Like, I don't need anything else.
So the key is to make enough money to not need to make money no more.
I think I wish people understood.
Just
if people understand this,
enjoy, learn,
buy your land. Go make enough money. Say, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go buy a land. I'm gonna be self-sufficient and keep going by myself every day, then you know what? Say, fuck this corporate world. I'm done with that. Let me go start my here. Like I can move to this country because you got the money to. You can build in that place in that country. And you know what I'm saying? If you can try to find a way of like feeding yourself every day and like build your family over there and raise them every day, and like I know the thing is that people think this shit's impossible. People feel like we have to rely in this system because that's what we get taught from being zero. You have to work, feeding the man, getting the money, living with money. Like, bro, fuck all of that. This paper shit that we're living and struggling for is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. It's never enough.
Nevertheless, it's never enough. And
It's
you
never
know what?
enough.
Nevertheless, for me, man, this
Shout out to Louis Mark.
Shout out
It's
to
never
Louis.
enough. It's never enough. Yeah, that's a banger still.
Shout out to Louis Mark, man. Done your
Yeah,
dance
yeah.
out now. You feel me? But nevertheless, man, all I was gonna say is like,
It's never enough.
yeah, man, it's never enough. Like,
It's so right, man. You're actually so right.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's personal.
Yeah, but Rona Killers trying to go.
Personal, bro. Shit, I just see this new acting, new fit in that.
Don't worry about that.
Shit, alright. Hey, let's get it.
Hey,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, man.
money.
But nah, money. Like, don't get me wrong, go get the money. Me every day right now, that's the one thing that's motivating me, getting me to hustle every day and getting on, man. But all I know is for me personally, yeah, make it until you don't really need to. It's not something you want to like rely on and live on. And if you can live a life which doesn't require it, then do it. I told you, I'm switching up. I'm about to sell 80% of my wardrobe right now. 80% of my clothes, maybe like 85% of my clothes, man. And keep a very small selection of clothes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and just live a minimalistic life.
Hey, man. Have you seen Kanye's house?
Yeah,
Kanye's house.
that is
It's
mad
really
inspiring
nice.
as well.
Like,
Actually,
you know, same.
first time when I seen it, I was like, it's cool. I fucked with it. I thought it was hard. I thought it's hard first time I seen it, but then now I'm like, you know what? Like that's the way I'm really trying to live my life.
It's really minimalistic. Like,
Yeah.
It's so many. I love it, man.
You're gonna see. Watch the switch up for me, man. You're gonna start seeing everything switching. Like, where I'm gonna.
How do you see the shoes, man? Can you
That's
can you show them the shoes? Man?
Let me show you them.
What do you call these, man?
Jeez, these are called Birkin babies, fam. So I call these. Now these are Birkenstocks. Obviously, just came out today. I just got them today. Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Let me see.
Yeah, man.
They're cool still.
Yeah. So I got these. I got these today, but that's what I'm saying. It's just this one I'm trying to wear now, man. I'm trying to switch up the drip right now with the Birkenstocks, but yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky it's summer, because winter you ain't trying to wear no Birkin. You get trapped in eyes.
Look at the.
You know the slushy one. The slushy eyes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Trying to move your feet.
I hear you. They come with the grip, but nah, I hear you though, for real.
Ah,
But you know,
the eyes you drop.
no. I ain't going out with ice. So even when I'm doing outside with ice, shit, nigga, I appreciate from the window.
It's very sharp, man. Come on.
Yeah. No, to be honest, though, when there's ice, I'm trying to go like sledging in my door and shit. So yeah, I will be, conditions. Yeah, bro. What I think is though, we shouldn't rely. Yeah, one thing, like I was saying to you before, attachment is one big. I think it's one of the disease of what a lot of us suffer from, man. Especially in the social media generation, where we're always looking on social media, telling us you need this, you need to get the new that, get the new Palm Angels tracksuit, get the new Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nice.
He's trying to cut the new Merc, like.
Nah,
Too much.
that car just looks comfortable, man. It looks comfortable.
It's comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? It looks comfortable.
It's like I've been for a test drive and shit.
You know what I mean? I haven't been on a test drive. I haven't driven a car that nice. Like, I don't know if I can rent one out somewhere, just take it for a test drive. I'd love to.
Yeah, you can pull this shit off, man. Shit,
A Merc, yeah, I would love to still. I have to look. But yeah, I'll be even scared to drive that car, you know.
What, Merc?
Yeah.
Why?
It's too nice, bro. Like, I'm just. I'll be, do you know what I mean? It'll be like an egg. I'll treat it like an egg.
You'll be like,
It's so
so just
right.
driving for 5 miles and getting out
Yeah.
and like clean
Nah,
it.
driving bare slow. I actually drive so slow, so
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
No, I hear you.
like for me to speed, like, maybe on the M way, but I don't
Do you know,
know.
I've been thinking that though. I've been thinking that, you know, with some of these footballers, yeah, like, bro, imagine from like 17, 18 years old, you just been driving the hardest cars. Like,
It's crazy.
do you get, I feel like it ain't shit to you after a while, bro.
Yeah.
You must sit in a dead car and be like, what the fuck? You'd feel like that person's struggling. You'd feel like that person's like in need of like food.
Innit?
You'd be like sitting your friends like,
Nah.
Vauxhall Corsa and be like, yo, shit, you okay, bro?
You probably get used to it, man. Some of these guys are driving big cars. Do you know what? I used to think, how are people driving big cars? Till I drove like a 4x4 for quite a bit. Yeah. So it's not too bad. It's just when you turn, you just gotta kind of go a bit further. It's long still.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I could whip a big car. A C-Class or something.
I'm trying to get a big whip. You know what I'm saying? Audi Q3.
I see you in a C-Class though.
C-Class.
Is it C-Class, the big one?
Mercedes.
Yeah, the one that looks like a cube. Black.
Come
All
on,
black.
bro. You know I'm an Audi baby. You know I'm playing them and Audi. Even BM, my whole family's got BM, so I might actually get BM.
Oh, you had a BM?
I had a BM as well, but I'm trying to get a Q3. That's what I'm trying to get. But then again, you know what? I fuck with old school cars, bro. I fuck with shit like a BMW M3.
I've seen one. There's one like down
The
the
white
road or
one.
something. Yeah. Oh, down the road, the white one. Oh, that one's so nice. Yeah. Do you know?
You fuck with it though?
I fuck with it, man. I always drive past them like, yo, I really like.
You know what's right? Me and my dad have been talking of like getting like a BM. I'm gonna buy it, yeah, and then we're both just gonna work hard and just like do it up and make it into something. But like the box shape, the old Biggie, you know what I'm saying, Belly. Have you seen the movie like Biggie, Belly? What other movie is it where you see these whips? Paid in Full. I've seen Paid in Full. Yeah, but I think they might be making that one. But yeah, man, like that's where they've got a lot of these whips. And like,
they used to drive loads in South Africa. You know when they'll do like a track.
you know, smart. I was trying to buy the whip. Yeah.
When they're spinning, car spinning and stuff like that.
Even in Zims,
they do that in Zim.
I mean, the cars in Zim. Because I was trying to buy the whip, and my dad's like, "Yo, if you want to get this whip, you best off getting it in Zim." And I'm like,
man, the Mustang is so nice. Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cars. Oh, but which Mustang, dude? There's very different versions.
It's like an older version.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that looks like that BMW around the corner, the old school.
Oh yeah,
They look kind of similar.
yeah.
Looks kind of sporty.
Yeah, true, definitely.
Yeah, very nice, man. But yo, what do you think the future is for cars, though, man? Let's be honest.
You know what? I think this electric cars are gonna definitely pay. In fact, to be honest, I feel like I've seen something which was saying like in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm glad we're talking about this right now. Actually,
Yeah,
I've seen something which is saying
that's been passed.
the cars that have got whether it's diesel or petrol, all of that, it's all gonna be out the game. Literally, we're getting literally so close to the time where it's out the game. It's gonna come to electric cars, yeah, and so it's like if you ain't got an electric car, because they're gonna be the cheapest cars.
Yeah.
So if you get a petrol car and a diesel car, they're not even gonna insure you.
There's a bill I think that's going out. I think that got passed in by the government that in 2000 and something, either 2035 or something like that no more diesel and petrol cars will be made in the UK.
This is what I'm saying. What have I just been saying to you? And you're telling me this?
Yeah, something like that.
This is what I'm saying, and you're telling me this right now. And I'm telling you, bro.
Literally.
Petrol cars, diesel cars, it's coming out of the game. It's literally going to get to a point where it's going to be electric cars. Because if you want to buy a car and you want to spend the cheapest and get something nice, it's going to be electric. And if you want to get them, but for me, in fact, you know what's crazy? There's a movie which is called what's it called, man? Is it called like it's a short name. Like I wanna say Hex, but it's not Hex. I can't remember. It's got a short name, yeah, but it's about like the future. And it was on Netflix. It's about the future. No, it's not even iRobot. It's got a short name. And it's got a guy where he's driving like an old car and this girl's driving like a new electric car. And you'll see the difference in this movie. But it's like, I think it's going to get to that point where it's like, certain people, the heads like me and you, where we love old cars, we're going to try to stick on some of these cars and hold on to them. And them shits are going to become rare. But like, everyone's going to be driving electric.
Yeah. I feel I feel obviously this is the first step to get they're gonna use to get rid of like diesel and fuel cars because they want those off the road. Because if you think about it, more electric cars on the road, that means there's more control over the road because they're all you can. The thing about it, imagine if every car on the road is electric, they can put it into some kind of system. All they have to do now is once they make the road. Like electric is all and connected. Like oh my gosh, bro! Like I think control
to be honest with you, you know what it is with the electric thing. I think already right now
with the 5G,
right now they've already got it unlocked in a way where you doesn't have like they can control it in terms of like number plates and shit. Like obviously they can see you, they can track the cars electronically through number plates. But now when the cars are electric, and it means like they don't have to get your number plate, they can like you charge your car up in petrol station in A, B, C, D place, The police already know this car's charged up here and it's been driven by this place, by this person.
But
I think go on.
The good thing is that I hear what you're saying, of course. There's always gonna be that, like police are always gonna have more control, and I feel like no matter what, there's always gonna be that struggle and that fight between police shouldn't have control, police should have control, and they're always going to just keep getting control and gaining new technology as well for their control, because at the same time criminals are going to get that same technology as well most of the time. Do you get me? But I just think with electric cars and electrical roads and that kind of connection, it will help prevent more accidents, to be honest, bro. And like accidents alone, bro, they are long. Do you know what I'm saying? They are long.
To be honest, I wonder though. I mean, you're right. Maybe it will probably prevent more accidents. You're right. It could benefit things a lot more. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to think. How would it prevent actually accidents? Electric cars.
Huh? If you look at a Tesla can almost predict accidents sometimes.
Oh, is it?
It will take over control.
Oh,
so they should do that. Yeah,
is it true?
Yeah, Teslas actually do that. I swear down.
That's how they build like spaceships, bro.
I don't know what I'm saying. I swear down, but yeah, honestly, like they can just almost predict accidents. Not all the time, but if someone's about to do something silly like reverse into you or something like that, Tesla will take over, like just different little things like that. So you can imagine
what's mad?
That on a bigger scale.
What is this movie I'm thinking
if
about?
If cars talk to each other, do you get what I'm saying? In the sense that if AI gets connected into cars, because it's going to get there. If they're electrical, if AI is connected to cars, the AIs are going to communicate and let each other know, yo, like, what's going on, watch out.
Yeah.
Be like a network.
No, you're right. You're right though. And you know what's funny, bro? I was just about to say this movie, which I've seen on Netflix about robots.
Oh, the fly's back.
Yeah,
this flies onto
me. What you're saying? Oh, I think I got it. Yeah, bro. What you're saying right now about the car that can see when, the car that can predict when accidents about to happen. There's a movie on Netflix that was called Tau, T-A-U, and bro, this shit is crazy. What is it, Tau? I'm just looking it now. Oh wait, I could be wrong.
Tau.
What is it? I'm sure it's Tau.
My hair almost feels like it just got longer right now.
Your hair?
Yeah, I'm like, do you know when you start feeling it in places you didn't feel it before?
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, I think it's called Tau. Yeah, it's Tau. Bro, I'm telling you, if you see this movie, bro, it's crazy. I'm sure that's it. But, like, it just shows you how, like, she's about to switch up in the future. Is this it? Oh, no, my maybe.
I can't see it.
No, this isn't it. No, that's not it. But you know what, bro? We're gonna have to remove this part. But there's a movie anyway, I wish I knew the name, man.
But yeah, you see it in a lot of movies, bro. Like, what's gonna happen next? People don't understand how powerful Google is as well. that's gonna be like the AI. Have you seen iRobot?
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a bit extreme, but that robot, not the robot. I mean the AI in iRobot.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name, but that's what I kind of imagine Google being in an extreme world where where Google's like just AI that is connected to everything, connected to your car, connected to your computer, your fridge, your TV, like everything.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
Do
Do
you
you
get
know
what I'm
what? Do you know what? Actually,
It knows your name, it knows where you are, like
bro,
to a point where it could literally make a digital version of you.
bro, that's
what I
mad.
see from
And do you know what? Yeah, what you're saying right now is it Tao? But yeah, man, what you're saying right now, yeah, I swear to God, this mad card, this movie is exactly like that. Like this thing will be, you walk in the house and it will be telling you like, oh, welcome to your body temperature is this, and you've got corona, and ABCD, go get a test. It's mad. Shit's crazy.
Everywhere. Anytime you mention anything, yeah, it just pops up.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I was looking. Remember?
But that's 5G though. That's gonna be 5G.
5G is gonna be even worse.
That's
man.
no, but that for these things to run, you need 5G.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Now, not just for these things, for the things that are coming next.
Yeah.
Do you get me? You need 5G. You need better, faster connectivity.
For real.
Do you get me? I don't even understand how it works properly.
The next question: Do you know some of this technology that we have right now? Do you think it could be inspired from different beings on this planet?
Remember that at the start of the podcast, I was talking about those interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I'm not saying that when I listen to what Alex Jones says, I'm not saying that everyone, all these smart people, whatever, I'm not claiming that they all are sacrifice people, whatever. But I'm just saying there's a lot of people that are actually connected to interdimensional beings, I believe. Even people like Elon Musk, like, maybe not. I'm not claiming it, but...
Do you think there could be some amongst us today, walking amongst us, around us?
I think there's always possibilities of like things like hybrids. Or, yeah.
That's true.
Hybrids one. And I also
You think not as far as hybrids, but just around hybrids, as far as maybe hybrids and it stops there?
You have to think about it this way, yeah. The way I look at things like this. Yeah. If these interdimensional beings like are, do you know what I'm saying, just so advanced or whatever, they will be like us humans, and then us humans to them will be like ants to us. Like, wow, what knowledge are they gonna gain from us? Do you get me? From ants? Unless you put them in a little cage. Oh, let me do an experiment. Let me do an experiment, see how these ants react to this.
Let me put it this way.
That's us.
I feel like what you're saying is definitely something which is definitely a possibility. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's probably happening actually. I'm not even saying possibility. I think I'm along with you. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like there's so many things happen along the same time where us as humans, I believe like our power is so like it's very high that.
But then that's ego again.
I don't think it's even ego, bro.
I think it's ego.
Should I tell you why?
Why?
Because I believe like how much we've been subjugated and boxed into certain places to be in a certain place which doesn't empower us. We feel like certain things are empowering us, but every time consistently we're given things which don't empower us. It kind of like does the opposite and demoralizes you and goes backwards, you know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, I feel like we're given resources and the tools we need to not empower you, to keep you in a place of like in a low frequency. So by seeing that, it's like they don't want you to get to your true best. If they want you to get your true best as a human being into your full potential, they'll be like telling you on TV, it would stop after advert and be like, meditate, go do your meditation, go fucking pray. Even if you don't believe in prayer, man, go do something which is gonna make you feel, you know what I'm saying? Go do something which is gonna be self-beneficial. But what we see more of is like things that are more self-destructive, you know what I'm saying? And especially in the poorer areas, especially in certain areas, it's more self-destructive shit. But even forgetting about poor and rich areas and all of that shit, most things you're given is to self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? It's not about self-enlightenment. This is why when it comes to spirituality, it's not a money thing. You won't really make money. I mean, you can make money from spirituality, don't get me wrong, but nevertheless,
people are making hella money from it.
you don't get, yeah, you can, but nevertheless, it's not a thing where it's like
it has to be honourable, man.
You can't compare it though. That's what I'm saying. You can't compare it to other shit where it's like bringing in. There's certain things which are putting a spotlight on. Like, look at how much this guy made from this. They'll never show you someone who's doing like a spiritual ABCD, and it's actually real and genuine, and is making like money. Because if there is, they'll be like, yo, you know what? In fact, they would probably kill that nigga and be like, yo, take this guy out of the game.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, though, what I'm trying to say is like, I'll let you take over shit.
No, bro. Come on, man. You're hitting good points, man. You're hitting good points.
No, but,
bam, keep going.
Yeah.
You're on a good note still.
Yeah, but no, all I was gonna say is, you know what, in terms of like when it comes to the whole like spirituality thing, I just feel like I'm losing my one track. Where was I? What was I saying? I'm drinking. We're drinking.
I'm drinking,
right? Shit, I don't drink no rum though. This drink's getting. Yeah, for real. Like, I just feel like right now, when it comes to spirituality, it's not something that they're gonna try post as much. And to give an example of this, if you look at like the female music market, not even female, any female, male, unless you're rapping about shit like selling drugs, fucking bitches, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, fucking twerking, being a bad bitch, this, that, like, what the fuck. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against, the first thing I want to say is I'm not against this shit. I play some of this shit myself, trap, whatever, twerk, do your shit. But nevertheless, these are the people that the money's getting thrown to. These are the richest artists out here. They're getting the most money, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're making shit that's going to self-destruct their communities. But then the people that are out here making shit, like, the real raps, the conscious shit where you're going to sit down and be like, yo, let me, like,
they're never going to get
let me grow, let me, like, build, and they're not going to get the same spotlight and the same views and shit, because their shit is like, oh, that's more self-beneficial to you as a human being, you know what I'm saying? That's just making you progress. They don't want you to progress, they want you to go back. But what I was going to say is, why I feel like...
Who's they?
That's what I was about to go to. What I'm about to go to is, when you're like talking about these aliens and these beings, and you feel like they would not need to just come and just look. Sometimes it's like, I feel like there isn't what you said, like, for example, going back as well. Sorry, I'm just thinking about things to say. So when you said interdimensional beings, I feel like you could be just naming one type of beings. Like, some could, like, don't get me wrong, could be a great big deal of a lot which are interdimensional. Then there's some which are not interdimensional. Some are more one-dimensional. Some are, as like me and you, can only coexist in this dimension. Like me and you, the way we are like this. Though they might not be from this planetary system or from this place or ABCD, they might be from another place, but that doesn't mean necessarily they're interdimensional. So I think things could be different in so many ways where there's different levels. Some, like you see them, they go in and out of this reality. Some can only coexist in this reality. But us as humans, our potential could be interdimensional as well. So this is why some they'll be coming here, the ones that are like more powerful, they'll be coming here, they'll be like, oh shit, you know what, these niggas out here, they've got the powers to be able to go in and out these 4th, 5th, 6th, 9th, 8th dimensions. So why don't we come into this reality and suppress them and make sure they don't go as far further than the 3rd and 4th, like, and keep them in this place.
But one thing I definitely believe is that we have to, it even says in the Bible that we would have to get new bodies for us to get closer to God. By that, do you know what I mean? So that means like you can't really, it's not physical. Do you know what I'm saying? Things like heaven, the next realm, where you need to go.
You know what, for me,
it's in the dark dimension, bro.
You know what it is for me, because I mean, get into this as well. We speak. You know what, for me, even when we speak on like God and we say like, you know what, for me, I think personally, my view of it is a bit different. You know, like, I don't look at God like as something that's He's there and I'm here kind of shit. You feel me? I really feel like I'm part of His extension in a way, like me, like God is me, I'm God. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're just a part of like I'm just an extension of I'm a small part of that energy source, but nevertheless, for me to even try to fathom what God is, it will be a joke because it's something that is so big in nature. Like it's when I look at the trees and I'm looking at nature, I'm looking at the clouds and I'm looking at A, B, C, D. God's in all of that shit. So I feel like for me, I just can't.
Do you know what it is? It's when I hear getting close to God, I hear getting closer to the Force. Yeah, Star Wars. Getting closer to the source. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Your spirit gaining more. When you gain closer to the source, you gain more enlightenment, more knowledge, more. You get more life. You get not life as in life, but you become more. You become something else. Do you get me? You're becoming pure energy.
Yeah.
Like, you get me?
No, for real.
And that's one thing we can't escape. Connection is what it almost seems like it's always something we aim to get as humans. Connection to something. We're always trying to get this connection. So even in death, actually, it's not a disconnection, but it's a deeper root to a connection. Do you get me?
I think in death is the only point we get the most connection. I feel like right now, when we come to this world, we come here. Me and yo, bro, this shit myself. I'm drinking right now, so I'm going to. But I feel like right now, we're here to this is a phase where we're actually not as connected. And we need to be here right now to just experience this level of like, don't get me wrong, we're here to, some of us are here to actually connect and feel the most type of connection we can. And so for all different reasons, I feel like we're here. But nevertheless, I feel like the most and deepest and realest connection we'll get is going to be after this, after we experience this. Because after all of this, and you're back, and it's like uniting. Let me tell you, it's like you leave your house and you go out back into the big open world. And then when you come back into your house and you connect with your family, you're like, yo, this connection's a bit real. Because that's what you're born in and that's what you realize the most. So when we die and your energy unifies with that godly energy, which unifies as the source, which unifies everything in general, the real, that's when we're like, oh shit, this is like forever A, B, C, D, you know what I'm saying? That's when you're at your most like, you see, you know, everything that happened prior to you, before you understand every single thing and it makes sense. That's when I believe you're most godly. Because when you're dead and you're like in different places, people don't even understand this shit. Right?
Yeah, but people who meditate, like deep, I'm talking monks, or people who are in deep sleep sometimes, or like things like that. I think people gain a bit of access to that realm. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like, not to the realm, but they gain access to, like you're saying, that family. Like, yo, this connection is something else, and that connection allows you to do different things.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? It's that power from the source, man.
Power from the source.
Matrix. I keep talking about that movie, man. That movie is so deep.
Bro, I mean, do you know what's mad though?
That movie is so deep. Do you hear me? It is actually so deep.
I think what's mad though is like, I think how much we don't realize that apart from this realm of these things we can touch, you're talking about dimension and shit earlier. And when you was talking about that, you know what I thought to myself? When they were saying about them like doing rituals and spiritual people from above, I feel like, you know what you're saying to me, that said it's here. What did you say it was? Dark matter. Yeah. Dark matter is here as much as I feel like that dark matter, like you're saying, the way it's coexisting with this reality as well as that reality, but we can't see it like that. It's not physically ABC. So it's kind of like the spiritual realm. And I believe that's what dark matter is. And it's that when T'Challa was going to speak to his dad, when he passed away and he did the DMT trip and whatever, did what he had to do to go into the spiritual realm.
That was literally DMT trip.
When he had to do what he had to do to go into DMT, to go into the spiritual realm. Let's give you another reference as well. Doctor Strange. When Doctor Strange went in the room and he met the woman, and he didn't even realize that the woman who was creating the brew, the tea with DMT, she was on the side of the room. He's looking at one person thinking, this is my master. The woman comes in the room. She's like, drink this. Drinks the DMT drink. Then what
Did
next?
Dr. Strange drink something?
Bro, go back and watch the movie, my nigga.
Oh yeah, he does. He drinks
So
the DMT.
he
and
drinks
all
the
that.
DMT drink. Once he drinks the DMT drink, it happens so subtly. So once that all happens, you see the woman then hit him with a bap on his forehead. And we all think it's
She hit his
because
third eye.
we all think it's because she hit his third eye. That's why he's gone on this trip. But no, that is a part of it. But the real reason he's gone on this trip is because of the DMT. Because at this point, Doctor Strange didn't know how to access that realm that fast. He didn't know how to get in that realm without the T. So the T helped him, guided him into that realm. That's how we got into that so quick. But after a while, he gained the powers and the knowledge to get in and out the DMT, that realm, without the DMT trip. It's like people meditating. Once you meditate, you can access that spiritual realm without the DMT.
Bro, that's hard. I never thought about that. And I might have to look back at that. But that's hard. That's yo. Because what he saw, that's literally what people in DMT see. Sometimes they say their life flashes quick time before their eye. They travel. They shoot off into the galaxy. Different things like that. It's quite interesting. Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, people are taking it to, like, get off hard drugs, man. To get off serious shit. So, what, like, it's crazy. The more you, like saying, for me and you, we've experienced, but, I mean, like, if once people can, like, the more people, if, like, I think, do you know what it is? It's easier for people to, like, say, oh, this is fake and da-da-da. But if you've only experienced these things you can touch, and you've never been to the dream world while you're awake, if you've never dreamt while you're awake, then it's hard for you to explain. Yeah, you won't get it. But when you go to a HD reality dream and you're touching things and you're thinking, yo, this is like, how am I seeing this? I was just on a sofa 2 seconds ago, but you're literally going in a whole new place, which is so real. It's like, okay, you start to realize like that place. In fact, people, you know what's crazy? What I seen the other day? You know, people go into that world and come out and say, yo, that place is realer than this world.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
People say it's much realer than this. People are like, yo, I came back, and the people will start feeling like this world is a bit fake. That's real.
There was a guy who actually he went on his DMT trip, and he felt like he was in there for 3 months, lived a whole life, became a new person, started a new identity, had friends. This guy on the trip for 10 seconds.
Yeah, give me what this nigga on.
You know what I'm saying? Then came back, but imagine like when you come back now, and then you're back here, and you're like, oh.
Back here.
You know what I'm saying? He must have suffered from some kind of depression after, but
Nah, not even depression. I think you can't even go as far as depression. I think you'd come back. I mean, possibly it could be depression,
but
at
I
the
feel
same
like
time,
you learn what you need to learn.
Yeah, I think at the same time he could come back and he could more probably feel like, oh, you know what, that trip was like. It could be more of a readjustment situation where to readjust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what's mad? You're right. You always learn when you train. Me, I never experienced a trip fully. The last time I did, I never fully got into that side. But then I came back and I was like, you know what? I got exactly what I needed from this. I know why I didn't experience this, and it's kind of reflected on so many things prior to like to get to that point. So I had to be like, okay, you know what? I see why, and like I just need to let go more. That was my thing, man. I was like, because I'm not letting go, and I see it. So
it was very intense. Man.
Definitely,
it was very intense, and for me, it was kind of I felt. Do you know when you just feel like, yo, this is very powerful? Do you know what I mean? It felt like I was just in some presence of something mad powerful, and I had to humble myself, and I had to question my reasons. It made me question my reasons a lot as to why I was taking it and things like that. But it was very positive, man. It was a positive experience, and there were times when, because I tripped a few times, there was times that it was very visual and it was wavy. Like, it was wavy visually, so wavy, man. Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it makes me question, it makes me wonder, things like that. Like, I feel like some people could probably benefit from that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I wonder why they don't make things like that legal. Because I'm sure back in the day, human beings used to take those kind of things.
It's not even
I
illegal.
watched this
It's something
documentary.
that's
Yeah.
so like it's not even about like why didn't they make it legal.
Not legal, but why
I
did
feel
they
like
make it
it's so-
commercial?
Not even commercial. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's not even like they're like, oh, what is that? Oh, we don't know. We're just gonna not talk about it. They're like, fuck that. No. Big X. No. Damn what? No. Bro, don't touch it. So this is what we have to ask ourselves. Why are you so against this thing that people are going to South America to get off heroin? People are taking this shit to get off road drugs. But they're telling you, no. So it's never like, yeah, sorry, continue.
Nah, bro, like, it's true, fam. It's true. It doesn't make sense. I guess it goes back to that point that you were saying, because when you were saying that we're more powerful than they want us to know. Yeah, because there's always so much reason to stop us from actually reaching some kind of potential that seems to be there.
I'm just gonna like obviously we've been going into this for a minute, but you know what it is? All I'm gonna go into this point right now, because I'm gonna speak on it, man. But I feel like out here, if you look into certain research and shit, this might be a bit too deep for people. I don't care for the crazy, but nevertheless, there's like entities out here, and some of these entities and spiritual beings and shit, they don't have like, see me and you, we've got a soul, a real soul. Like this is what makes us more powerful. The fact that we can we're in a whole different place. Some of these beings, yes, they are like, it's like, you know, you got a left and a right side to your brain. So one side is more like logical and one side's more creative. So some of these beings, the logical side in ABCD is very high. You know, it's very high. So when it comes to technology and ABCD, they're sick. They can create machines that can make another you and duplicate you and make you exactly there, and you'll be there. But when it comes to spiritualness, you're a lot higher than them. This is why they try to get you and have sex with you to create a being which is you and them together, which can be about that spiritualness, or study you, probe you, and do all of these things. So you learn that spiritual element, to gain that spiritual element, because they don't have that. They lack that. They don't have a heart. You know what I'm saying? So when you start to deep it, and then you see like the closest being to the realest thing, you know what I'm saying? 666. Bible tells you it's this and it's that. It is electrons, protons, and neutrons.
Melanin.
You know what I'm saying? It's what creates carbon, melanin, all of that. So when you start to see all of that, you're like, rah, like you're the closest to the original source. But they don't want you to know this. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to know how powerful you are. If you realize that and you start to grow to your levels in ABCD, if a being comes down here, you'd be like, what? You'd be like, this is what I'm saying. Before, what was saying about you was like, oh yeah, well, don't look at us like what you look to us and da da da. Yes, they are looking like what you look to us, but at the same time, they want to keep it to you don't think that way. So you never ever have to feel like you can grow beyond us. Because if you start to realize like, oh shit,
if you start seeing,
I've got a heart, and if I come down here and I see this fucking being, your reptilian ass, your big self, and da da da, you can actually like toast this shit. You can kill this bitch because you're much more powerful than this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you won't realize till you think, oh, what it is, because it can do shit that you can't do. But if you tap in and get close to your realest self, then to the source, then bro, to the force, all of that shit, then you never know what you can do. So yeah, man.
Nah, that's true, man. And do you know, like, what's crazy? I watched this other documentary. Neanderthals, they existed for 300,000 years. As a species, like fucking hunters and shit. They had their own communication, built their own things. Do you know what I'm saying? 300,000 years, bro. Do you hear me? But then they changed, and we obviously, human beings, came after that. But imagine, what do you mean? After Neanderthals, it was us.
What do you mean us? But we're not Neanderthals.
Nah, after them.
So
After they went.
Are your ancestors Neanderthals?
Nah, after they went, we came about.
Who's we?
Humans.
Not necessarily.
Where did we come from then?
Because if you were to ask a scientist today, what is in the DNA than
No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
us being them exactly. I'm saying humans themselves actually became a thing after Neanderthals. As a species, there was more humans now than there was Neanderthals, right?
I get you. Okay.
I'm not saying they.
I think I
came
get
from
you.
them.
To be honest, I don't even know. To be honest, it's confused. I get you because you know what I'm asking. What I'm trying to say is like, say if you ask a scientist now, like, okay, I get an African. Say I get you from Zim or Malawi or Botswana, where you're from, nigga. And I'm like, yo, T, you've never been anywhere.
You know I'm from.
And imagine they're like, yo, okay, T, we don't know, you've never left Africa ever in your life. And we checked your DNA. Your DNA would say 100% Homo sapien. But if I was to go to check in America and I pull it or Hungary or France or Italy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, where is these people from? It would say DNA 80% human, 80% human, 10 or 20% Neanderthal. So why does the African, that's what I'm asking, because this is coming from my people, why does the African in Africa's DNA 100% Homo sapien? What's a Homo sapien? A human being. But then when you check on white people, it's like 80% Homo sapien. So they're mostly Homo sapien, but then they've got a little tiny fraction of the Neanderthal DNA. So what is that? Because Africans don't have that.
Yeah, but it's almost as if, like, I don't know, maybe it could have been a village that had half Homo sapiens, half Neanderthals, like surviving, and then they just got jiggy. They got jiggy
And then
with
took over
it.
the whole world, you know.
Nah, not took over the whole world, but bro, it starts that small. If them guys existed for 300,000 years, you tell me a whole
With the
village.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, a village for 300,000 years.
No, but to be honest, to be honest with you, yeah, I just feel like, there's been a lot of mixing and interbreeding, and not even just that, man, a lot of different shit's been happening.
I even found Queen Victoria's mom was half black or something like that.
Bro, they're British royal family. Not even in Europe, there are a lot of royal families were black, mostly black.
I never actually knew.
That's what I'm saying. If you have look into it, man, it's deep. A lot of European royal family were black because the Moors, when they came in and shit, they switched up a lot of Europe. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see like Queen Sophia, Charlotte, and if you look into her parents in Scotland, to be honest, Scotland had the most and the strongest dominance of black royalty.
Swear
down. There was actually black kings in Scotland. Let me show you right now. Let me get the name right now. Crazy.
Yeah, man. I was actually checking black people in royal, and there's quite a lot, man. I never knew. Because I had consensus that what's her name again? Megan was the only black person.
Oh yeah, no, she was the
first person, but she's really not.
Yeah. Okay, so I think his king was King of Alba, Indolf Golflin. Let me get his name. Dub Mac Mayo Colin Malum. That was his name. So yeah, he was a black king in Scotland.
That's definitely Sean and name, innit?
Check him, bro. Check him out, nigga. Black king Scotland. There had a few. Scotland had a lot of black heritage, man. Shouts out to Scotland, can I say, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Scotland watching this, bro. Mad love. You see me? Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, man, we've been here. And then you hear people tell us, go back to your country, mate. Go back to your country, mate. We've been here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
You see that?
Wow.
Dub. Shouts out to Dub as well, man. Let me get into this as well, last quickly. You know how the World Cup, there's some research I did at work. You know how the World Cup kind of started?
The what?
The World Cup.
The football, yeah. How did it start?
If you don't believe me, you guys do your research in this. So, this is let me just, before I start, I want to just put the little disclaimer. This is my conclusion of how the World Cup started, yeah. But if you have a look into it, there was, what team was it? Hungary? Well, there was a team. I need to get it right now. It's where, let me let you know now. So there's alright, yeah, that's it, Uruguay. So Uruguay was the first place where the first World Cup was hosted. Uruguay, before the first World Cup, had one black player in the World Cup. He was like Pele, playing for Uruguay, the only one. I'll get his name in a second, actually. Yeah, let me get his name right now and give him how much for the podcast, man. But yeah, he was like Pele for Uruguay. And everyone used to go watch this guy play football, yeah, and were like, yo, this guy's cool.
He was like a Pele.
He was Pele. Before Pele.
His name was Pele.
No. You know how Pele, like...
That's what I said, like a Pele.
Yeah,
like
oh,
Pele
right, sorry,
kind of-
yeah. Like a Pele, yeah. So he was like a Pele, if you want to say that, yeah. And he was getting a lot of, like, attention and stuff like that. And people were paying to go watch him play in Europe. Because Uruguay came and they played in Europe, and, like, bad people came to watch him. Because people didn't believe a nigga was playing football. They're like, what the fuck, nigga playing football? So bad people came to watch him, yeah. His name was Jose. Yo, you say that, nigga.
Jose Leandro Andrade.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Jose Leandro.
yeah, what does it say about him, bro? Can you say, just read a little piece for that?
Jose was a Uruguayan footballer who played wing half. He was nicknamed the Black Marvel. Jeez.
So basically, this guy was so sick. People got together and they're like, yo, everyone's gonna come to watch Uruguay play these games, and they're doing so sick like this. You know what? Let's start a fucking World Cup. They started a World Cup, and the World Cup, Uruguay played in it with that Black Marveloso, whatever his name is, yeah. And he was one of the golden boys for Uruguay in the World Cup. Uruguay, I think, maybe went on to win
won
it.
the World Cup.
They ended up winning the first ever World Cup Uruguay with the Black Marveloso, and that he was the reason that people were going to watch their games. He was the first person selling out games. We're like, what? If everyone from different countries can go watch my man play, then why don't we create a World Cup? So they created a World Cup. But they don't want to give him, people, they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to give you them keys, bro.
Wow, it says here, honestly, was a Uruguayan footballer who was a wing half. He was nicknamed the Black Marvel. During his prime, he was regarded as one of the finest footballers in the world, contributing to the Uruguay national football team's domination of international football during the 1920s, winning 2 consecutive Olympic gold medals and then the first FIFA World Cup. Jeez.
And they don't want to tell you about him. Because if they tell you about Jose Leandro, whatever his name is, then they'll have to tell you that this is the reason you got your World Cup today. Because this nigga here was out here making these movements. And you know what? When I managed to put this information together, my mind was blown. But yeah, shout out to Jose, man. Shout out to Uruguay. Shout out to Uruguay, man, for, you know what I'm saying, putting a black player in there and giving him credit. Though right now, Uruguay, where the fuck are your niggas at, though? You know what I'm saying? I know you got niggas in there.
What do you mean? They got a good team. Uruguay.
I ain't saying
They got Suarez, innit?
So, sorry, they got Suarez. They don't need no niggas.
Suarez, Cavani.
Them niggas, you better even try to plan
Cavani
this
plays
team.
for Manchester, innit? Manchester United. That's your team.
But that shit don't matter, bro. I mean, give them a try. Give them niggas a try. Argentina, you're close to Brazil. Where your niggas at 2?
Yo, nah, Brazil. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup then?
Bro, I just hope Brazil can qualify. I'll leave it there.
Yo, we're in the AFCON.
Yo, we won last night.
Yeah, no,
You seen it last night?
Nah, I didn't watch the game, but
We won
I
last
saw the
night,
result.
1-0.
Saw the result.
Against Botswana, yeah.
Yeah, cheese.
You're singing the say though.
In another life, I would have been playing for Zim, you know what I'm
Bro, we
saying?
both should be playing for Zim in
I'd have
life.
been,
You know what
I'd
I'm
have
saying?
been bagging.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
Calling you girls. But I don't think, if I could, I would play for Zim, man.
What?
Yeah, rather than England.
Man, I was thinking about it. Where else? What do you mean, brother?
Because
Sorry, man. Shout out to
obviously,
England. I appreciate England, man. You're not opposed to being kept.
yeah, it's just obviously you think, oh, England's my home as well. Do you know what I mean? Like it really is.
Yeah. You're saying it. My boys over there said to me, yo, you know our national anthem? And I was like,
Is your boy from? Where's he from?
you might be watching this podcast. So
Nah, where's he from? What country is it? Country.
from England.
So he was telling you, do you know?
Our national anthem. And bro, do you know what? For me, this one I just started realizing myself. Like I'm like, yo, people really be thinking just like, oh yeah, I'm rapping. But I'm not gonna lie, I've never been rapping, bro. I mean, let me think. Do you know when I rapped England the most? When I went abroad. Every time I go abroad, America, this country, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, England, England. But when I'm in England, I am fucking English, nigga, with me. Like, I rap this place, not that I have grown up here, so I have to have love for this place, but I have love for it when I'm not here, like when I'm somewhere else. But when I'm here, nigga, listen, nigga, I'm born elsewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with this place though, and I always have love for England though. Like, England is my favourite country, so shout out to England. I mean, my second favourite country.
Is it my favourite country? South Africa's my favourite country.
Yeah,
Jamaica's my second favourite country. England's my third.
I was just saying, alright.
You know what I'm saying? Like, England's alright.
England's the third. What's the second?
Jamaica.
What's the first?
South Africa.
And England's the third.
Yeah.
So where's Zim?
Zim's fourth. Zim is fourth.
Yo, all the Zim followers, man. You're in the here live.
But maybe it's because I haven't really enjoyed life like that in Zim. Like, I left when I was quite young.
Yeah.
And
how old is he?
I was 9. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I left when I was young, and I just never really did many. I did a few activities, I can't lie, but like, I didn't really get to enjoy the country like that.
No, I hear that.
You know what I mean?
But it's funny just saying that. I left when I was 6 years old. And even me, since 6 years old, I feel like I've lacked bear from the country. I feel like even the people from the country have done a lot of fake and snake shit to me as well, man. But nevertheless, I'm mad patriotic, man. I feel like I'm gonna die patriotic, man. I'm like, yeah, Zim to like that, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, though, when in general, like, bro, I'm a Zim friends for her, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're holding my Zim dog, but I'm a bit wary.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. It's tough because I understand though, because when you come to another country, it changes people, you know.
Yeah.
You can't help but change.
Yeah.
And sometimes for the positive, sometimes for the negative.
True.
But nonetheless, people change.
True that.
You can't go to another environment and not change. You always change.
Yeah.
GM. And I don't know, man. I've always just been someone. I'm still grounded to where I come from and who I was, who I am. But I want to explore. I want to explore other cultures. I want to see what's going on. You know what I mean? I want to interact with other cultures because that's what life is all about, man. Exploration. Not in the right way.
No, you're right.
What's this? How the tip?
Yeah, you're right.
Bro, there's like, don't things just fly through here?
No, I think that's big.
I wonder, innit?
I see it now. Make it work.
Things don't just fly through like, start fucking choking and shit.
You know, it's so funny you say that. I wrote this, and like half of the team from like there all went out. So my zoot started from here and then like, where's all my zoot gone? But then half of that had come out. so that happened today.
But you still smoke it though, even if there's a gap there. I seen one time you rolled and there was a gap in the bottom. And I was like, yo, I was like, well, with the gap, start again. You're like, fuck that, smoke. I start again, bro. I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
You know, bro, with this roll shit, bro, I can't be awesome. I'm gonna roll nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I take my time, bro. It's a work of art, you know what I mean? It's my moment of peace.
It is an art, rolling is an art, for real.
Take my time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I would get paid to do that, I'll be very happy, but I don't think that can happen. Snoop Dogg's rolled out gets 20,000 a year or something like that.
Dead. Trust dead.
How does Snoop Dogg pay 20,000?
What? Dead, bro. What the fuck? I was
It
waiting for
must be like a
20K.
week. Nah, it can't be a week.
You know what? I was hoping you'd
footballer type piece. It must be like
a month.
20. Nah. What?
Yeah.
5,000 a month, fair.
How much?
5,000 a month is fair.
Profit is Snoop Dogg making.
Nah, not 5. 10,000 a month.
Bro, I thought you know. You know the 20.
I heard 20,000 something.
If it's 20, yeah. If you heard 20, then it could be 20 a month. Or maybe Maybe they just say 20, but maybe it's 20 in like 2-3 months.
Because in the video, like, he makes 20 racks, 20 racks.
Maybe it's like every 2-3 months.
They're like, you know, Snoop Dogg, he makes 20 racks. 20 racks what? The guy didn't say, like, could it be per day? Nah, it can't be per day. Because Snoop Dogg, I don't think, how much do you think Snoop Dogg makes?
You know what, Snoop Dogg's rich, and I'm sure when I last searched his net worth, it was like 100 million.
Multi-millionaire.
100 million, so the profit on 1 million a day was about £150, I'm sure, you know. No, interest. Apparently it's meant to be like £150, so Snoop Dogg, bruv, I don't know.
Them boys making cool.
Yeah, and imagine his investments and endorsements, and he's on Just Eat as well. Just Eat. I wonder how much Just Eat's paying.
Check your delivery.
How much is Snoop getting for that Just Eat check? For them Just Eat rhymes.
I don't have it on your phone.
Oh, it would actually tell you, wouldn't it? I just thought, yeah.
Oh.
Do you think they would tell you? Snoop Dogg receives 500,000 a year.
Why not? Why don't you tell?
I thought that would be low key, disclose information. But if I was Snoop Dogg, I don't want
Google,
people
you
knowing
can
how
find
much.
anything, really.
You know what? If I'm Snoop Dogg, I don't want people knowing how much I'm getting paid for my Just Eat deal. That's embarrassing. To be honest, when I see Snoop Dogg and Just Eat, I thought, yo, this must be embarrassing for you as a rapper.
Nah, man, I think
that
it's
check must be
creative.
nice.
I think it's creative. Because think about it, man. What are people doing over lockdown? They can't do no performances.
You're Snoop Dogg, bro. You're
Yeah, but he still gets money off live performances.
I know, but your view as an artist, do you have to really go and do adverts for Just Eat? You need money.
I think it's cold, bro.
I like it. The song's sick, everything's sick.
And if you think
But
about it, if
you're
you're him,
Snoop Dogg, bro.
but if you're
You're
him,
I'm like,
if you're
you gotta
him,
pay me like.
if you're him, yeah, think about it, it's not even in America, so it's in England. You know,
Just
really,
Eat.
yeah,
How do you know?
no, I'm saying the advert, it's not showing in America.
How do you know?
There's not Just Eat in America.
I don't know. How do you know? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think there is.
You know, if there's no Just Eat in America, then Snoop Dogg smashed it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
It's
like,
not
wait,
showing.
hungry nigga? Hungry one that advert for like Eat With Us? I'd be like, yo, let me do the hardest YouTube for Eat With Us. I'd be like, Eat With Us. You better ride the bus. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really playing if you
Make
know
the
what
does.
yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Eat With Us. Yeah, bro.
Nah,
I'd rather do that shit.
I'll actually do that, man. Endorsement.
For real.
Why not?
Especially if it's not playing in my country, bro. Niggas have to go
You know,
hungry.
people like Messi, you see like adverts in Egypt or
Yeah.
like weird countries.
You know what's
Like,
so
what
funny
the-
though? I bet Snoop Dogg's got friends, yeah, where they like go back to his country and they're like, yo, Snoop, they come to England, they see the advert and they're like, yo, Snoop, I was in England, bro, when I see him, this Just Eat shit, like, what the fuck? Snoop's like, yeah, I just had to get that bag real quick.
Uncle Steve.